Hi everyone, welcome to Music is a Journey. I'm Peter. Today I'm going to do two videos. The first one will be a response to a thread put out by Jakob over at Beyond Metal Ranas DK. Well, Randers as it is said in English, but it's Ranas, which is the place name near Copenhagen over in Denmark. He's had his channel going for, I think, quite a few years now, and he started out as a female-fronted metal band theme, because I think that's his number one interest, but he later on changed the name and expanded it to encompassing metal and other things as well. And his channel has undergone some changes each time, a name change, and now he is called it Beyond Metal. So he's covering not just metal bands that he's exploring or that he really likes, but he's covering lots of different stuff. So he's trying to show that his collection is not just limited. He's got a variety of things out there. Jakob's videos are usually quite short, unlike mine. He usually keeps them to around 5 minutes or so. I think the longest video of his I've ever seen is about 8 minutes long. And he usually just, like me, like most of us, sits down in front of the camera and then holds up his record albums or CDs that he's picked up recently. Anyway, he restarted his channel again, I think about a year ago, and so now he's trying to build up his subscribers again, and he is, last I checked, I think he's around 80 subscribers now, and he wants to get up to 100, so that's why he started his thread. Now, the theme of his thread is darkness and beauty, and quite by coincidence this morning, I put on a shirt by a band called In Darkness from Regina, Saskatchewan. I bought a couple of their CDs and had some exchange with the band, and they sent me this t-shirt as a gift when I bought the CDs. And in fact, they used to actually watch my channel and comment from time to time, so that was really cool. Anyway, we're looking at album covers that show darkness or beauty, or darkness in beauty, or beauty in darkness. And I've made a selection here. So let's get on with it. The first one is probably a bit of a head scratcher. This is AC/DC's Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, the international edition, and I know Ben Rankins absolutely hates this album cover. He likes the original Australian album cover where it's got this big tattooed forearm coming up at the camera, because the song Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, you've got a vendetta, you've got a score to settle. There's somebody out there who's wronged you and you want to stick it to them somehow or another. So who are you going to call? You're going to call this guy, and he's going to help sort things out for you. And that's what the dirty deeds are, you know, settling this score or settling this issue that you have with someone through someone else, and for a, you know, very cheap price. So why is this this picture here, which we've determined is in California? It says Color TV up here, color spelled without the U, so obviously an American location. Palm trees, it's probably out there on the West Coast. So why am I showing this for darkness and beauty? Well, recently there was a thread going on about album covers that do not match the title of the album in any way. And what we're looking at here is a bunch of people, just random people. There's an old lady, there's a young woman, there's a guy in a suit, there's a guy with long hair, there's a guy of the Village People, whatever, and a dog. The dog's eyes are not blacked out though, right? Oh, he's okay. So anyway, the reason why I'm choosing this is because of this thread that was going on. People were saying, I don't understand why this is Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. What relation does it have to it? And my take on this, my response to this statement, this inquiry, if you will, was that all of these people are potentially guilty of harboring such feelings, that they have a score to settle. They've got a grudge against a grudge against someone. They've got a vendetta. They're feeling this person has wronged me, and I would pay a small sum to have that person taken care of. So all of these people are potentially guilty of this, and that's why their eyes are blocked out. There's another thing too. I think it's on this album here, there's a line in one of the songs saying that the names have been changed to protect the guilty. All of these people are potentially guilty of some sort of wicked thoughts against another person. That's my take on that one. All right, let's move along. So some of these here might be a little bit hard to see because I'm showing CDs, and I'm going to put the enlarged image up here, maybe even fill the whole space. This is Abyss. Is it? Yes, it is. This is Abyss by Unleash the Archers, power metal band, originally from Victoria, BC, now currently operating out of Vancouver. And this is a scene from a story in this concept album. This is part 2, or 2 albums telling the story. This character is the immortal, and this character here is the matriarch, who is kind of like the mean, wicked witch of the universe. And she originally used the immortal to do her bidding, to slay thousands of people so that she could gain power. However, her grandson has since tried to take him away, and now she is coming to destroy him. That's her coming down there. This anyway, I'll show you the big picture. And the kind of ghostly apparitions are her 4 sons, whom she killed, but has since commandeered their spirits. Well, anyway, taken control of their spirits to follow her and help do her evil bidding. So that's what that's all about. So there you have it. The beautiful but deadly matriarch, her ghostly sons coming down to destroy the immortal. Spoiler alert, she fails. Anyway, let's go on to something that is really obviously dark. This is, I think it's the 2nd album by Dutch band Asphyx, and Last One on Earth. We have a priest here, a larger image. We have a priest here who appears to have no arms, with a giant cross or crucifix around his neck, and a skin condition that makes him look like a zombie that has been in the toaster oven too long. So that is Asphyx for a bit of darkness. Now we're going to combine darkness and beauty and take a look at this band-made album cover. Look at these 2 lovely young ladies sitting out here at a table and probably at an outdoor cafe there, enjoying looking at a blue flower or something. Doesn't that look lovely? Very beautiful. You see it, right? I hope so. I don't know where the glare is on here because I'm holding the phone up. I'm holding the CD up to the camera side of the phone, not the screen side. So I have no idea. All right, next up is this. Yeah, it's dark, but that's not what I want to show you. This is the slipcase. Okay, this might take a moment. Editing required. Jesus, what the hell does this not come out? It was vacuum sealed. The slipcase fits on the CD so wonderfully that when I stick the CD in, all air goes out and it becomes vacuum sealed. So this is Burzum, famous for the guy who killed Euronymous and was probably also part of church burnings. Anyway, black metal band from Norway, part of the classic late 80s, early 90s period. And once more, the larger image. So what we see here is a path going through, a little roadway going through presumably a Norwegian wood, and there are some crows, and then at the side of the road it seems to be that there is some poor soul who has perished, and just his corpse is there now. This album is called, okay, I'm going to try to pronounce this as best as I can, not in Norwegian, but with my best Danish pronunciation. This album is called Hvis lyset ta us, which basically means if the light should take us. I think there are various translations to that. Anyway, I speak Danish horribly and I don't even speak Norwegian, so we're just going to go with that. Anyway, the reason why I'm choosing this is because my parents are originally from Denmark, and when they first immigrated to Canada, they had an art import type business. They brought in paintings by Danish artists and would try to sell them, and when that didn't go over so well, we ended up having a lot of paintings around the house. So I grew up with paintings of Danish countryside scenery or Danish harbor scenery, and I remember one of the paintings had a similar image of a kind of dirt roadway going through a forest. And then in the background, there was some countryside scene out there. There were no corpses in the picture, of course, but this picture always reminds me of that. Like this is some kind of Scandinavian style of painting roadways, earthen roadways going through forests. And in this case here, a corpse. Okay, so there we go. Beautiful Norwegian wood and a dead person. Next up, vacuum sealed. One that I picked up last year, and this was thanks to Kim over at This Is Music recommending this band. This is a Taiwanese band called Thonic, actually spelled like a ktonic, but I think it's just called Thonic, or in Japanese it's just written as Sonic even. But anyway, whatever. What we have here is what I presume is an albino Asian woman in the complete nude. So that's got to be beautiful, isn't it? However, it seems she has a sword in this hand and her left arm is entirely bigger image here for you to see, entirely cyborg type with some scary looking machine gun type thing. So probably inspired by a Quentin Tarantino movie. I don't know, but there she is, lovely albino Asian woman ready to kill. All right, and of course the famous cover of Cryptopsy's most famous album, None So Vile, from 1996, one of the genre-defining albums in brutal death metal. Here, a painting with a lovely-looking young lady carrying the head of a man, and I think this image is more closely cropped. So I'm going to show you the fullest image that I can find, and hopefully you will see that this head of a man is actually on a plate. So there we go. Lovely young lady delivering the head of a man on a plate. Great. So, sorry, this one is in plastic, and I'm not taking it out. This is a Japanese black metal avant-garde band called Psy, and here is an album, the album cover. The English title is Heir to Despair, and I don't remember the Japanese title. Zetsubo uke nantoka nantoka. Anyway, something about despair. So we have a lovely young lady, and looks like she's watering a plant. Now, the full image. So what I find interesting about this is that, first of all, you can probably see behind her head on the left, there are some tattered and shredded, presumably newspaper clippings. I'm looking at the CD as I speak, so I can't actually see, but the larger image will reveal there's something there. However, then we go down and look at the floor and find that there are broken shards of glass on the floor. And finally, we will go and take a look off to the right side of her head, her right side. Looks like there's an entranceway to another room, and there is a shadow on the wall. Something has happened here. Shredded paper on the wall, glass on the floor, shadow in the background, and she looks pleased as punch, watering her plants and greeting the neighbors. I don't know. There's a story behind this picture for sure. All right, then, just quite simply dark. I'm going to take this out of the jewel case so it's not reflecting so much. Actually, I don't remember what this album is called. What the heck was it called? Checked it. It's called Those of the Unlight, and it's by another Norwegian black metal band, I think they're Norwegian, called Marduk. And they have some pretty questionable album covers out there. But this one here is Those of the Unlight, and they are definitely in the unlight, looking pretty dark in the unlight. So that is something there for some darkness for you. Looks like there's some promotion stuff here for other albums on that label. Let's put that away later. So now that we had just a really dark, unlight album, let's go for a nice, beautiful one. Here are some whales. Whale flukes and whale back, emerging from the clouds in the sky with a little bit of a crescent moon there, I guess after sunset or possibly before sunrise. And this is a band called the Jerry Cans and their album Echoes. They're a band from Iqaluit in Nunavut territory in Canada. I always thought this album cover was very pretty. All right, on the back side, we have the negative version if you want the dark version, I don't know. And finally, just, someone I always like to talk about when I get the chance to. One of the first Japanese artists I discovered after moving here. This is Yanomaki. At this time here, she was about 20 years old and just a lovely young lady with very long hair and one incredible singing voice. And that's it. So that is darkness, darkness in beauty, beauty in darkness, and then just beauty. Happy young lady there. And that's it. Thank you, Jakob. Okay, it's time to turn off this video now. Oh, of course, link to Jakob's original thread video in the description. So please go over, visit his channel, give his videos a thumbs up, and most importantly, subscribe. And then just, pop in from time to time or whenever and see what he's doing. Because, yeah, he shows a lot of metal, but he also shows a lot of other stuff too. So could be interesting. Thank you so much for watching this one, folks. Coming up next, what's in here? See you in that one. Bye.